Oh, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is Rob here. It's Smirking Gun Reviews. Wow, it's still kind of dark in here. Make it a little better. So I don't know if anybody will even come in here or not, but I'm here at the scheduled time. Guess what? We figured it out. It'll be actually pretty funny if nobody shows up to this thing. Then I finally get my laptop figured out and get ready to do a Handmaid's Tale thing where we're going to announce the contest and everything, you know. So I got all the names in a little hat. So everybody that was a commenter and a subscriber, their names are all in here. I don't know if I can show you. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. I don't want them to fall out. But yep, we're going to pick that, and we're going to talk about the Handmaid's Tale, kind of like an extended review. Anybody who has anything to say about the Handmaid's Tale season 3 or any of it, how you feel about the show in general, feel free to speak up. But how's the audio? Were you? Yeah, I should probably like get everybody's names out here. Oh, I actually did a lot. There's a lot of names here. Well, if your name isn't in the hat, I will add it. I don't think it is. I got the paper right over. Where did I put the paper? Let me find my paper here. Paper, pen. I'll put your name in there right now, Babette. Wow, live. YouTube live. This is fascinating. And just to prove that I'm doing it, see, let's see here. There's your name. Boom. In the hat. Got to do this, man. So, Babette, since you're the only one in here right now, what are your thoughts on where we're at so far in season 3? Even if there's one person in here, I'm going to try to entertain them. And speaking of entertaining, to have on in the background, just have that going. As far as like, for anybody that watches this in the future that just wanted to like hear the discussion, hear the contest, all that shit. Before we get to the contest, because I do want to wait a little bit before and see if anybody comes into the room. We were already at 9:08, but we didn't come on live until about 9:05. Ooh, excuse me. Well, current episode, you said current episode was so layered. There's a lot of, yeah, and the problem is like a lot of those layers, man, and they're not very good. Like, I don't mean like there's no good news in these layers. Like, it's just, if anything, this episode said it can get so much worse. I mean, what that little bubble of the neighborhood that we knew, right? We just know this area that the Waterfords are in. We really, we really didn't go anywhere else. You were saying you're confused about Nick. Well, a bunch of people have commented, and one of the comments is that some people think maybe he's a spy for us, for the U.S., and that he's been like in deep background. Whoa, what happened to me? That he's been like deep background spy, and that he doesn't believe in all this, and it's all a big setup, or that he's actually in it to win it. I honestly kind of hope that he's in it to win it, but it would be, it'd be badass if he was a spy for us this whole time. But it is confusing because, like I said, there's no real setup to it, except that we never really think about him. Like he's just always there, and we know he loves her, and we know that they had a kid together, and he's been able to do a bunch of things for her. He helps her get away, that all the time, and so but that doesn't mean that he doesn't believe in his cause. It just means that he wants her to not have to be in the situation that she's in because he loves her. He doesn't want to see her raped and forced to have other people's kids. He wants her to have his kids, but right now it is impossible. So I don't know. I don't know how I want Nick to go. As long as they do it right, either way, I'm good. But yeah, I feel like season 3, after being conflicted after a good month or two after it came out about whether or not I was happy that June stayed behind and to get Hannah. And at the initial, watching of the season 2 finale, I was like, come on, you have a chance to get out of there. But I'm not a mother. And so I realized there's a little bug in here. That it was a good thing that she left. Dang it, man. There's like a little gnat flying around. No, I'm having an episode. Anyway, I still am glad that she stayed behind to get her daughter, but now it's just like I thought we were building to something positive. And I feel like we just lost every inch of positivity that we had going for us because they led us down a path that made us think that Serena Joy was going to change and have her big redemptive arc and start doing things to work against their system. Man, she's just pissed off because she doesn't have power, and she's just struggling to find her place in Gilead now that she realizes that as a woman, she's not going to be taken seriously even there. And so June just helped her, get her power back and give her even more power. Nick is too high on the food chain to be a spy for us. Maybe. I mean, see, that's the subversion of expectations thing. So you would say, well, it couldn't be him because he's so high up there. He's so high in command, but that would be the exact person that I would choose to be a spy. It's like how Whitey Bulger, was like this huge mafia guy. Everybody knew he was a killer. Everybody knew he was guilty of the sin, but he was still an FBI informant. And he was allowed to work and be a scumbag and kill people, but he did it with the government's permission because he was giving up other people. So it's not unheard of for people high up in positions of, power to actually be working on the other side, or even if it is just for their, own selfish reasons. But I don't know. I honestly, like I said at the end of this last review, I don't really know where we're going to go. But it looks like, are we really going to see like June with like wire, like the wiring of her mouth and stuff? Because is that a possibility? And man, are we going, if we've literally gone right back to square one and we're in season 3, and we're about halfway through season 3, if not at the halfway point, then man, I don't know how they're going to resolve this in this season and another one. And it's making me wonder if they just continue, if they plan on just continuing this for like a good long while. Because I didn't understand fully how legitimized Gilead has become with the world. Them talking about reaching out to people, all these different countries, is like maybe something that I wish wasn't really paying that close attention to. But they with Canada, not really doing anything, and I thought that people were just waiting for the opportunity to do the right thing and strike back and take back America. And I realize now they're not doing it. Places aren't doing it because they're afraid of their military. So even though our country got taken down, the military might, even though like if the military strength is really there, is it really more like we've got the missiles? Because why else would we not have? I mean, if we were really military strong, there'd be fucking tanks rolling up and down the roads, wouldn't there be? Like if we were in a military state, it wouldn't just be some guys that look like they're, hired out mercenaries. I mean, you'd see fucking troops, like troops, not just these guys in the black fucking SUVs. So I don't know, man. Like, and then when they start talking about how Chicago's falling, and I'm like, come on, I'm in Illinois. I know this is made up, but I'd be like, if this went down in Illinois, I would be fighting some fucking people from Gilead. Let me tell you what, bring these motherfuckers on. Because to me, this is like, oh man, it's like Nazis, man. You can do whatever you want to them. So all these people in Gilead, it'd be like, I'd be like Ash from Evil Dead, man, with a chainsaw arm and a fucking boomstick going after these people. Under his eye, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if this was really our world? I mean, we've got some problems that are very, similar to this. With what's going on with people trying to ban abortions. Yeah, it's true. They don't seem to have any opposition from anyone. Like, so what is it? I think it's the missiles. I think that we've got missiles, and it's basically anybody fucks with us, we're going to fire on you. I think that that's really what it is. That they could nuke Canada, they could do whatever, maybe. I mean, if they didn't, I mean, why wouldn't they then? If they could, why wouldn't they just do it? Unless they're trying to do it peacefully and basically making it like mutual destruction, that if anybody fires any nukes, we're all going up. So it's like their way or the highway. So like when we think about taking these people down, it's not going to be so simple as just taking out the right couple of guys and have everybody move in. These are people that fully fucking believe. So, and they like the Nazis would know that if they fail, there's no way out for any of them. And you would see just mass suicides. And that's where I figure we're going to see at the end of this show is like a bunch of people killing themselves. If and when, at the end of this story, the country gets the Gilead people get taken down. There's going to be like a scary amount of people probably killing themselves on this show. And that's why I said we got to watch out for Aunt Lydia being around kids and stuff like that, because even if she right now feels really bad for the state of how the handmaids are treated in the Capitol, she's still Aunt Lydia. And I still say that if the shit has gone down, Aunt Lydia is going to be trying to get everybody to drink the poison Kool-Aid. And I'm still mad at this episode for making me feel something for Aunt Lydia. I mean, like that I see it showing that she's not a complete monster. She does care about these girls in some fucking warped, twisted way. But I don't know. We got a new person here, GB or GB Oira. Man, I am butchering that. I'm probably butchering that. I hope they don't implement DC's rules in Boston. Oh, yeah. And it's just, ugh. Like, I mean, they looked like the freaking Empire, like I said, like an army of handmaids. And the way that their rules are structured in the Capitol is way, like, more harsh. And if June was in Washington, if she had been a handmaid there, she'd be dead. Her character, written as she is, would be dead. Even if she does have, like I've said before, plot armor up to freaking ass. But I don't know. Where does everybody think we're headed? Because Serena's not an ally. Serena is an enemy. She's a straight up enemy, and here's the problem here. Serena and Fred know every move that she could make. They know what she wants. They know about her daughter Hannah, so they've already got an automatic chip to keep June in line. Like, I don't see what move June has at all, except for her, of Joseph or whatever, Bradley Whitford's character. Now, I think he's the only key. He's the key now to her getting anywhere. But the thing is like, how do you convince this guy who will only help? Like, the only reason he got Emily out of there is what he said, that she's an incredibly smart person and the world needs her, and in here she will die. And so he was just intellectually freeing somebody that was going to change the world. Doesn't mean that he's on anybody's side but his own. But he knows that if June tells on him, he's in trouble. So he's only sticking with all this because of what she knows. Although I don't understand what would keep him from just making up a story and having her hung on the wall if he wasn't a decent person. Also, I still don't know about his wife. I still think that there's a possibility that she is faking. I don't know if anybody else thinks that. Maybe that the way they've been able to bring in handmaids and not have to rape them is by pretending that she is sick. I don't know. Maybe they've got a secret plan that even we don't know about. And Bradley Whitford's character, I forget his last name, has a even bigger plan, but he doesn't seem to. He seems to be really into the whole thing with the colonies. So it's kind of, I don't know. I honestly feel like June's really kind of a pet. And that June knows that either one of each other could destroy each other's lives. But honestly, I feel like he is her only move here at this point. We're 19 minutes in, and so if anybody that wanted to be a part of this contest isn't here by now, I'm gonna just pick the names. I'm gonna pick a winner and then a runner-up, and whoever I pick, the deal is that you just have to send me your address to my email. That's iamsawyer8@gmail.com. That's might as well. I don't have a. It's just little imsawyer8@gmail.com. So whoever wins this, you just email me your information, and I will send you the pop stopper, the Handmaid's Tale pop stopper. But if that person has a week to send me their information. Otherwise, it goes to the runner up. And then if the runner-up doesn't do anything, then we're just going to pick again, and their names will be left out of it. What do I think about the family in DC? Are you talking about Christopher Maloney's character, the Winslow? How many of these have I watched? If you're talking about Winslow, like I said, it's if you watch the latest review, they're like a creepy ass Von Trapp family. But see, here's the thing: some of those kids are old, so these weren't all like. Well, maybe they are rape babies. Maybe they're just older rape babies. I don't know. This doesn't seem to have been a long system going on. But anyway, all right. I don't want to look, so I got to shake this up without losing any names. Okay. So, even though we've only got 4 people, so the winner of the contest, the first and then before we'll do the runner-up afterwards. Okay, is Becky Blackstock. Becky Blackstock, you won the Pop Stopper for Handmaid's Tale. But so Becky Blackstock, you have a week. Here's your name. To prove that it was you that I picked. You can see that. You've got a week to send me your information. Otherwise, it will go to somebody else who I'm going to pick right now. Okay, who is the freaking runner-up? January Reacts. January Reacts. You are the runner-up. Now, Becky, here's the other deal. If you didn't want to be a part of the contest, you can defer to the runner-up. If the runner-up doesn't want it, well, then I guess we pick again. But right now, Becky Blackstock wins the Handmaid's Tale Pop Stopper thing for your phone. I think it says, "Blessed be the fruit," or "under his eye," or some shit. But either way, that's that contest. So I'm going to take their names and put them to the side, leave everybody else's names in the hat just in case we are not successful with the first round of this contest. Yeah, man, Cornelia, you were in the hat. You were in the hat. There's a lot of names in here. There's a lot of names in here. So I was like, I'm actually, like most of my contests, there's like only a few things in there. So it's like, oh, it's either going to be this person, this person, this person, or this person. This time it's like, I don't know who it was going to be. It was actually kind of exciting to like pick and have everybody's names in there and everything. But yeah, anybody's game. So like I said, I will let you guys know if the contest is not, the first round doesn't go. If people don't respond and give me their information, then it'll keep going. I've had successful contests in the past, so don't be afraid to, send me your information. It's only for the prize. I don't give a crap about anything else. So it's just a fun way to show you guys how much I care about your support and your views. And we'll be doing, I think we'll be giving another one of these away just to let you all know. We'll do another contest for another Pop Stopper for the finale. And then that way, we get 2 contests in 1 year. I was going to do a poster. I was thinking about doing a t-shirt too, but this Pop Stopper, it's a fun little thing. Doesn't cost me too much money, and it's easy to ship when you got Amazon Prime for free. So, yeah. So anyway, please give me your questions. Give me your thoughts about the show. We've been going for about a half an hour, and I've just been kind of giving my own thoughts. So let me know what anybody thinks of where we're at. Where do you think we're headed? Because I don't think we're going to be, I think we're going to get a big finale. I mean, and you could say all of them are big, but to me, her staying was kind of anticlimactic. Even if it's the right thing to do, all the build up to her leaving and then her not leaving makes it anticlimactic. I think something really crazy is going to happen at the end of this. Like think girl that ran into the place and blew everybody up big. Like I think Gilead's gonna be. They're either gonna strike somebody, or somebody's gonna strike at them. GB Oira says Gilead is only 6 years old, right? I think the nation will last for 50 years and collapse. Well, I hope the show doesn't last that long. But I don't think it is sustainable because, you know, it's like, what do they say about, if you surround a place for so long and just embargo them, you know, you just starve them out, basically. So unless they have like some nuclear leverage, yeah, I mean, they're not gonna have enough. They're ruining the America anyway with the colonies and all that shit that's going down where they just like what was that? Is that the shoe bombs or whatever they call them? Babette says, "Is this the last season?" I don't think this is the last season. I thought going in it might be, but there's no way this is the last season. I mean, they would have to. Their plan. Let's say they got 6 more episodes, right? Let's say 6 and maybe 7 episodes of the season, right? Okay, so like 13 episodes or so. That means that they would have to resolve all this in like 6 or 7 episodes, and I can't see that happening at all unless it just starts to crumble like really quickly. Unless they throw some sort of random plot thing in there, like this is the only thing right there is that explosion kind of thing that would set them back. Because I guess you have to take out the heads of power, but you know, even with the heads of power gone, you still got their military. So you got to be able to cripple their military too, which is why I don't think it's completely impossible that Nick sabotages the military. But in how he could do that on a bigger scale, I don't know. But I don't want this show to go more than 4 seasons. I really don't. Because I feel like a show like this has a shelf life, and 5 would be. I could see 5, but man, I really just think they need to end at 4. Because I mean, I don't even think the book had this much going on, like all the dense plots. Because that book was written like a while ago, right? So, or I don't know how long ago it was. It seems to be based on something from way long ago. And you'd think I'd know that, but I watch so much stuff that it's like it's hard to keep up. And by the way, this has nothing to do with any of that, but has anybody ever tried these fudge covered Nutter Butters? I was like, I love fudge covered anything. I got fudge covered Oreos and fudge covered mint Oreos. And so I saw these Nutter Butter ones, man, and I'm like, holy shit, I need to try them. I don't know. I was just random. I was thinking about how much I wanted one of these. Should give one of those away for the channel. But you live in Canada, they don't exist. They don't? Really? Well, here's something I don't know if anybody knows if they exist, but I was doing a review for Matchstick Men yesterday, and in that movie, they were eating tubs of Ben and Jerry's, not fudge covered. Yeah. What is this? Fudge covered Nutter Butter. So isn't that like a cookie Reese's peanut butter cup cookie kind of? They're new. I just saw them today, so I had to have them. But now I completely sidetracked myself. Oh geez. Okay. Shit. Where was I? Damn it. So Oh, wow. How do you recover from this? I don't know. Let's see. Somebody throw something at me. All right. So let's talk about. Okay. So, yeah, they would have to have some kind of leverage. And I just don't know what that is unless they haven't shown it to us. But maybe what Nick is doing is going to be another strike, you know? If they flash forward in season 4 and June becomes an ant, I will be so livid. Yeah. And I hadn't even thought about that. That what's to stop them from doing a time jump? That would solve so many story problems. Like to keep it from going like 10 seasons is just have an event at the end of 3, a big event. Like talk about, let's say, nuclear event, something along those lines. Maybe not as hardcore as a nuclear event, but something really bad. So that way at the very end there's like a flash forward scene where we see like whatever, how many years later you want to go. And the final season would be like the aftermath or whatever of like a crumbling. I don't know, but that's interesting. Um, and it would be the most depressing fucking last season of a show, I think, since like, I don't know. Because if it's like 30 years in the future and June's been there and she's like, let's say she's about 65 or so, maybe 60, and she's just been plugging away there, and Hannah's like a grown woman and she's a grandmother sort of in like this weird way where she's got fucking kids all over the place kind of related to her. And what then, I guess what you could say is like that maybe June builds an army from within, that she has that secretly the progeny of her and the progeny of them and like Hannah's kids and kids and all learn how to build a secret army that ends up like taking down Gilead from within, but it just takes like fucking 3-4 generations to do it. So by the time the fight is over, June's basically dead. She's dying, old lady June, like but they don't even, she's way past her prime, so they don't even like make her do anything. She just gets to kind of live, and as long as she behaves, she can be, whatever. But since she's been so good for so long or whatever, they ignore her, and that's like their biggest downfall, is that they ignored her, and she's allowed to carry on this secret plan to take them down from within all this time. There, I just came up with the final season plot right there. Boom. If you do the time travel thing, like if you do the fast forward through time kind of thing. But I honestly don't want to see that storyline. That's just too sad knowing that. But that's not to say they won't do it, because this show does like to punch you while you're down. Or June becomes, Babette says, or June becomes and decides to be Commander Nick's wife. If you're talking about maybe like if you can't beat them, join them scenario, but like secretly trying to work behind the scenes, maybe with their daughter, maybe. I don't know. Would they even let Nick marry a handmaid? Unless it was to just kind of like finally get her out of the way, and maybe she has to prove that she's on board with everything. That's something. Because honestly, wouldn't it be crazy if Aunt Lydia ends up becoming her greatest ally somehow? And that Aunt Lydia is the one that they give the redemption arc to? Because I still want Aunt Lydia to be ripped apart by dogs. Or, like I've said in the review, drawn and quartered, that would be all right too. Yeah, and I want Fred, man. I want Fred to get like, he needs to get fucked up. Like, he needs to get like, somebody needs to just go to town on him. Like what happened to the guy in the prison scene in Breaking Bad where they just stab him like a million times. Babette says, well, she doesn't want to leave when she has the opportunity. Yeah. I still just say that if this could possibly be one of those shows that just overstays its welcome. Because even when I've been watching it and I love it. Okay. Don't get me wrong, because I know how the fan bases of shows can get and turn on each other really quickly. But for some reason, well, there was a couple of scenes in the newest episode that I was like, man, it looks like such old hat now. Like these scenes, like I could just see them kind of being like, I'm over this a little bit. Like how many times can June give like a stern, powerful speech that's kind of like the same speech over and over and over again? Just, I'm gonna do this. Like, I don't know. I don't know how long that this deck can keep going in the same way over and over and over again. This message is held for review. Well, that's not gonna fly with me. I'm gonna have to say what this says. I hate it when it does that to people's comments. Let's go to my videos and see which one of you made a comment that it told me to show. Oh, okay. Well, it just says Fred will get the prison treatment. He will have prison sex. Is what Fred will get. Maybe, but you know what? I thought that maybe Fred looked like he wanted it from Winslow, so maybe that would be giving him what he wants. I think at the end of the season, Serena and Fred will be executed by Gilead. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that. Shake it up. Who says that the villains have to last forever and you can make new ones? There's, Nazi, like these Gilead people are like Nazis, man. They're like crawling out of the woodwork. You'll always find another one. Cornelia Amiri says, she stayed for Hannah, so I wish they put in some story arc that makes it look like there's some way she can get out of there with Hannah. Yeah, well, that's where we all thought this was headed up until now, is that, that she was going to get Hannah out, at least, if not herself. I mean, this time, if she leaves and she gets caught, she's dead. And if they don't kill her, then I call bullshit on this entire show. So the next time she gets Hannah out, it has to be all the way. And the only reason to go back would be to fight and free everyone. So I mean, I could see that being. I would love to see a final season where June is out and then just to taking back of the country. But I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know if maybe they'll make it kind of more of a vague ending, more like it's over. We don't need to see the aftermath and the rebuild, but knowing that it's over, I don't know. Babette Davy says, I like the execution. Yeah, definitely. Serena and Fred getting executed. I mean, that's the thing is like we see this scene here, right? With all the nooses in this scene. What if it was, and it was a fake out scene, but what if when they bring that scene back, but with all the leaders of Gilead getting hung publicly in front of everyone? That would be something else too, like to see is all those people that thought they were so right and they've been hanging people left and right all over the place. Now they get the same treatment. Because it's like I said, man, they lose. They know they're all dead. That's why we're going to see mass suicides if this place ever falls. Babette Davy says she's going to get Hannah out and doesn't want to leave. Well, like I said, if she doesn't leave, they got to kill her. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a thing where they try to do like a public execution of a handmaid. Like, I don't mean the way that they punish and can take each other out, but I mean like a public live like televised killing of a handmaid kind of situation. Because I do feel like, speaking of killing handmaids, I do think that, I think her name is Jane, right? The one with the messed up eye. I do think that her and Aunt Lydia are going to have it out like one last time. And I think that one or both will die. I think Aunt Lydia would die for sure, but she might die taking out Jane. But the more, I know what everybody wants for Jane, if I'm remembering her name right. Everybody just wants her to get her baby back and kill the people that have her and run away. But I don't know. I feel like Jane's such a tragic character that she will still die, but that somebody will take her and teach them about the bravery of her mother and how her mother loved her so much that she sacrificed herself to get her free. I think that's a more powerful story almost than how people would be like, oh yeah, she did it all. She still fought and she won. She didn't live, but she made a better world for her daughter. That kind of scenario. I mean, I want her to just be able to walk out of there with her kid, hopefully, at some point. But I don't know. But say we're going to do this for maybe about another 10-15 minutes if anybody's still interested. If you got questions and things you want to talk about, we should probably start getting those in here. I want to tell everybody thanks for showing up here. I know we've only had about 5 to 10 people in here tonight, but this was just to try to see what kind of interest we could get. Tell people that you guys know that want to talk about the Handmaid's Tale and stuff to come here. We'll do this like every Wednesday night while the show's still going on. I don't know why I'm fiddling with the names in the hat still. And I'll be keeping everybody posted about the people who were a part of the contest. Hopefully, Becky Blackstock is commenting on another video 2 minutes ago. Becky's on watching the newest review and commenting. I am still hoping that Nick and Serena are playing the con and will end up being her allies, but it's a stretch. I love the setting. We were in DC for vacation 2 weeks before they filmed this, so seeing how they destroyed the monument struck close to the heart. Wow. Okay, I can't wait. I'm going to send her a message right now saying, Becky, you won the contest. Becky Blackstock, you won the contest. I am live streaming right now. Isn't this thrilling, everyone? Trying to track down the winner. This is just like Ed McMahon coming to your house. You won the contest. I am live streaming ingredients. This fucking auto-correcting me all over the place. I want to know what life is like in Gilead, specifically in California. Yeah, me too. I am live streaming right now. Get over here. Okay. I hope she gets this, because now it makes me definitely want to go. I don't know what that meant, but okay. So hopefully Becky comes in here now that she knows she won the contest, or hopefully knows that she won the contest. That's crazy. Come on. If you're looking at the feed, it should tell you that I'm live. All right. Well, Becky, maybe she's in the room now. Well, somebody was in there for a second. But what I want is for what she said in the comment, that I want Serena and Nick to secretly be working against everything, and that we've just got to ride this long con out. But I mean, with the way it ended with her and Serena, with June and Serena at the end of this episode, is anybody else thinking this is an act? because I don't think this is an act. I think that June just really, you know, she really stepped in it, I guess. I mean, they finally have words, so it's kind of like, I almost feel like it's get out of town by sundown kind of thing. Well, thanks for subscribing, GB. I really appreciate it. Seriously, thank you so much. That's where does that put us here? 749. We're at 749 subscribers now, man. Thanks so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. See you now. You can go in the if nobody wins a contest, I can put you in the hat to win. You should have told me you were going to subscribe. I would have put your name in the hat. Oh well, I'll still put your name in the hat just in case, okay? Because I appreciate that. That's really awesome of you. So I just don't see how Serena is secretly. I want her to be, but I think she's on her own. And does anybody else think it was weird that she's just like, after I saw her, it just everything changed, and it's like, really? I mean, that's why I feel like June was right when she's like, you don't love her like, you love somebody. You don't know how to love anybody. That was great. I mean, she destroyed her. She fucking destroys Serena. I mean, and that's why it's like, it's all out there now. Every single thing is out there now between the two of them, which is hence the whole thing of how she should have just stapled their mouth shut like from the very beginning. Because she's crying because she knows she's fucking right. I did like Serena, the way Yvonne says, we can finally be rid of each other at long last. Like still, like when she said that, I knew that the redemption arc, come on. You don't say that when you're on a redemption arc. You don't say that when you're secretly, working with the bad guys or working for the good guys with them not knowing it. Did anybody ever watch the show Angel? I don't want to spoil anything, but like they do the same kind of thing on Angel where you think the good guy's the bad guy and you really believe it, but you're like, come on, it's not really true. They wouldn't do that really. But in this, I don't know. I think it's a better bet that Nick is working for the good guys or in some way going to do something for the good of everybody, whether he's working for our side or not. I think he could be a big, big part of the turning of the, whatever you want to call it, tide or whatever. But I don't know. And Fred, I want him gone. Aunt Lydia gone. I don't know. I don't really want to see anybody. What I want to see is how crazy Christopher Maloney's character is going to be. You don't bring in Christopher Maloney, who just got off of being on Happy. And I mean, if you haven't seen Happy, oh my God. He's so unbelievably unhinged in that. That I want to see what craziness they're going to get up to, because he's already done the gay thing before on Oz. And that was like late 90s. And so I want to see like how crazy and dark this place is, because he's a big dude. Did you see him standing next to Joseph Fiennes? Like he is like just one big thick rock of a guy. He's not like, Dwayne Johnson, and shit like that, but he's a guy that he's solid. So he's a very intimidating guy. And June, if she ever had to work for him, oh man, I would fear for her life on a daily basis. But anyway, we've got about a few more minutes. If anybody's got anything that they want to put in there, go ahead and do it now, and then we'll be done. I think this has been pretty successful in the end. We've had a few people in and out. We got a successful contest winner who decided to go on watch a different video instead of coming here, and had to find out through a message that I sent, which is hilarious that I had to do it like that. But I don't know. Did everybody like this? Is this something that you guys would come back to? You know, because if as long as we got plenty to talk about, you know, like I didn't talk about all the episodes. Like, oh man, like from the very beginning when she gets to see Hannah and that lady that we never see again, that's from the show Transparency or Transparent. You know, gives this like, oh, she's my daughter speech. Like, ugh, I just wanted her to get punched in the face so hard, but whatever. Anyway, I don't know how long it usually takes everybody to pop in, but I don't know. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to like put something in the comment section while I try one of these fudge covered Nutter Butters. Yeah, exciting. They're not like big Nutter Butters either. They're shaped like regular Oreos, just with Nutter Butter instead, like the circle ones. All right. Holy shit. This is bad for you, but it's awesome. Holy crap. Seriously, if you guys can get your hands on these, if you like Nutter Butters, you're like, thought, hey, why don't I dip some chocolate on that? Pretty much tastes like you expect. Amazing. So, hey, Nutter Butter, if you're out there, good job. Send me like 60 boxes. Great way to end the live stream with a mouthful of cookie. But anyway, yeah. Thank you, Babette Davey, for saying you'll be here. Like I said, if you talk with people about The Handmaid's Tale and you've told them to come here and they've come here or whatever, just share this this idea that of the live stream, 9 o'clock on Wednesday nights, where we talk for about an hour or so. But now everybody's out of here, so I think this is pretty successful. Becky Blackstock, please send me your information. Again, my email is imsawyer8@gmail.com. Little IMSAWYER8@gmail.com. Send me your address and I will send you the pop stopper from The Handmaid's Tale. So yeah, you got a week to tell me, and then otherwise it goes to January Reacts. And then January Reacts would have a week to respond as well. So anyway, thanks everybody for showing up here. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, this is Robert Smirking Gun Reviews saying we'll see you in another video. Bye. Awesome sauce, guys. Seriously, thanks for showing up.